Auzubillahi Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Ijaz Mudi, and today our topic is listening practice. Listening practice of NIBOSH International General Certificate IG2, Element 5.3, Radiation. The types of radiation and their health effects. Two types, non-ionizing or ionizing. Non-ionizing does not cause ionization in the material that absorbs it. Visible light ionizing does cause ionization in the material that absorb it. X-rays. Health effects. Ultraviolet UV. High frequency electromagnetic radiation light emitted by white hot materials such as the arc produced during arc welding. Visible light, electromagnetic radiation between the UV and IR frequencies and visible to the human eye. Infrared IR, lower frequency electromagnetic radiation light emitted by red materials such as molten metal being poured into castings. Microwaves, lower frequency electromagnetic radiation emitted by a microwave generator. Radio waves, lower frequency electromagnetic radiation emitted by an antenna. Typical occupational sources of non-ionizing radiation. Types, source, health effects. Types, ultraviolet. Sources, sunlight, arc welding, health effects, skin burns, arc eye, skin cancer. Visible light, laser, temporary blindness. Infrared IR, red hot steel, glass manufacturer, redness and skin burns, retinal burns, cataracts, microwave, food preparation, telecommunications, internal heating, organ damage, radio waves, radio, TV, radar, internal heating, organ damage. Group exercise. You are going on holiday to a hot country with long hours of sunshine. Discuss how you will protect yourself from sunburn from the UV light. Controlling exposure to non-ionizing radiation types, ultraviolet, visible light, laser, infrared, microwaves, radio waves. Production for ultraviolet, cover exposed skin, protect eyes. Low class, avoid shining in eye. High class, eye protection, shielding. Non-reflective surfaces, cover exposed skin, protect eyes, safe distance, isolate and lock off. Safe distance, isolate and lock off. Types of ionizing radiation, alpha particles, smoke detectors and science labs, beta particles, science labs and thickness gauges, X-rays, medical radiography and baggage security scanners. Gamma rays, industrial radiography for non-destructive testing of metal and welds. Neutrons, nuclear power stations. Health effects, acute health effects, radiation sickness and diarrhea, hair loss, anemia, red blood cell damage, reduced immune system, white blood cell damage. Chronic health effect, cancer, genetic uh, mutations, birth effects. Basic means of controlling exposure to ionizing radiation, time, distance, and shielding. What is time? Time minimize exposure, dose proportional to time. Distance, alpha and beta can't travel long distances through air. Other forms obey the inverse Secure law, double the distance, quarter the dose. Shielding using materials such as lead. Group exercise. A pregnant woman is in need of an X-ray for a suspected broken bone. Discuss the control measures in the X-ray department of a hospital using time, distance, shielding to structure your answer. Danger radioactive hazard. Basic means of controlling exposure to ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiations regulations 2017 done dose limits on exposure general public 1 msv per year workers 20 meter per year. The regulations require that a risk assessment be carried out. This should be done by a competent person, a radiation protection advisor, and radiation protection supervisor may need to be appointed. Radon gas, naturally occurring radioactive gas, emits alpha particles radiation, ionizing radiation, health effects outside body, not particularly hazardous inside body by inhalation, increased risk of lung cancer. Radon gas, where naturally occurring levels are high, outside low concern, inside poorly ventilated workplaces, basements can be a significant risk. Control of risk above the action level. Undertake a survey. Appoint a radiation protection supervisor. Introduce engineering controls, positive pressure air fans, radon sumps, and extraction system. Basic radiation production strategies. Basic production strategies that apply in all cases. Eliminate exposure so far as is reasonably practicable. Reduce exposure to the lowest level reasonably practicable. Do not exceed the relevant radiation dose limits. Risk assessed by a competent person. Training and information health surveillance. Radiation area keep out caution. Role of monitoring and health surveillance. Types of examination include skin check, respiratory checks, exposure records, sickness records. Thank you so much for listening. Vibration topic 5.3.